What is up, y'all? We are here for Young and Reckless episode 12. Mel came to show. She came to save the show because y'all saw what happened for the next two episodes. As we know, we got two more episodes, and next week is Fight Club. Why? Because Mel is there, and Mel is turning it up. She was needed all season, and of course, she's gonna make the rest of the season, the last two episodes we have. She gonna turn it up and get that energy that has not been here. But Lauren is a loser. Like, she literally solidified it here. Nugg is a loser. Gwan is a loser. Kennedi is a loser. Like, losers. But we're going to get into it. But if you're new here, hit subscribe. Shout out to y'all. Y'all blew up the video last week. Keep the energy going. Thumbs up the video. Drop your comments down below. I know y'all will, but do it again. Share the video. And yeah, I'm not going to waste too much time because I got two more shows to do tonight. So we literally start off with Lauren being a loser. Like, she's standing there with Gwan, Goodie, Kennedi, and Sai. No security around. Kennedi is right there for you to go run up on. Like, if you really wanted to get her like you claim that you wanted to, you should have got her there. But they out there talking about Gwan Goodie running up on Lauren. So again, there's another person that you should have gotten that with that you didn't get it with. And Gwan is explaining why she did it because her and Kennedi are sisters, quote unquote. And Lauren is suddenly no longer has the energy to be for her. Get a lick back where Kennedi, who called her all types of dirty, was popping it. You wanted to get her so bad in that office, but you didn't want to do it here. And then you got Gwan Goodie, who was trying to run up on you. But you want to go sneak Alexis. You want to go fight Mel. Like, it's like what what Legacy says later on is clout. You know what you're doing. You had every opportunity and every reason to get Kennedi. You had every opportunity and every reason to get Gwan Goodie, but yet you didn't do it. So, Kennedi is copping pleas, of course, stating that she just be talking and it don't always need to result in a fade. Yet she pops it like she always want to fight and claims that she will fight whenever it's time to fight. But yet you had somebody right here who wanted to fight you, but you didn't want to do it. You pop all this all the time, but you had no point. You had no problem getting up like Alexis said earlier in the season when y'all fought. She said, we're going to see later on that she don't want to pop up and run it like she popped up to run it with me. We know why she popped up to run it with Alexis, because she saw a pretty girl and probably thought she couldn't fight. So guess what? When it comes to Lauren, who is literally in her same weight class, because Alexis is not in her weight class. So she saw that as an easy one. How she wanted to quote unquote fight Legacy for the shit that Zanaya had said. She saw that as an easy one. So here with Lauren, she knows she can't beat Lauren, so now she want to cop pleas. But Lauren and Kennedi, they apologize to each other. Yet Kennedi gets in her confessionals talking all this shit about Lauren apologizing. Talking shit, making Lauren look stupid. She makes her own self look stupid too, because all them girls has literally been talking about her the entire season, yet she want to sit here and what are you apologizing to Kennedi for? Like, for what? But they all go and get in the pool. They're running around the house with water guns, having fun. But Kennedi is sitting there talking about she look mixed. I'm like, you don't, but like the way she's sitting there, like she's excited about the thought that she looks mixed. Self-hating. But Massa, Karen, Ferrari, the culture vulture, she starts talking about how Nugg had came into her room stating that she had found out who had leaked the group chat, which was Gwan Goodie, who is friends with Renee, who I loved from season 2, who is on BBO. Why did y'all tell me about BBO? Because when I was in St. Martin and couldn't watch anything else, I was watching that. That show is actually kind of good. Like, that show gives what I feel like the other show on Zeus should give. So, yeah, I've been watching that. And I'm watching it right now, the season that just dropped, because Tyler Switcheroo is on there. But yeah, it's good over there. But they're talking about Renee. So they're talking about her. Well, actually, Ferrari goes to talk to Gwan Goodie about it with Nugg. And Gwan Goodie is sitting there copping pleas, talking about she don't know Renee, which I'm pretty sure you do. But Nugg then says, like, she said that whoever leaked it would have to run it with her because her name was in it, which they showed a flashback where she did say that. And I said, so you better stand on it. Do you think she stood on it? No. Like, these girls are losers. Like, what? Ferrari talking about Young and Reckless. This is not giving Young and Reckless. This is not giving Young and Reckless. You got Lauren and Kennedi, who had every opportunity to get their one, didn't get it. You got Lauren and Gwan, who had their opportunity, didn't get it. You have Nugg, who has the opportunity in your face to get it with Gwan Goodie after she stated that she was going to get it, didn't get it. But she ain't sending them home because, you know, she knows better. She knows better. But Gwan Goodie sitting there talking about she don't fuck with bitches. Well, she says that people back in Philly don't fuck with bitches that fight each other from Philly. it sounds like a bunch of excuses. But Nugg is sitting there stating that she would have never thought it was Gwan, which is all the reason as to why you should fight her. And says like no bitch is gonna make her come in here and rumble with nobody. I said you are copping pleas too at this point. Like it's stupid. It's stupid. You are so quick to want to go fight Legacy, but will not fight her. Like they look so corny. But she says that Gwan didn't give her fighter or bully vibes. So I'm not gonna fight her because I'm gonna look like a bully. Yet you fight Legacy, who you know you can beat, who you know can't fight. Even though Legacy will get in the field, you fighting her, you get nothing off of that. You got somebody here who is in your weight class that you can actually fight for a reason, yet you don't want to do it. But you want to fight Legacy all day long. Clown shit. And then she sits there and says, like, Renee was sitting there hating and talking about, like, you're not going to get a call back, but I got a flight confirmation. Where you at? Renee is on BBO. In my opinion, the better, more high-class version of this show, even though they fighting over there too, but they just give a different energy. They give more bad bitch, like, more established energy, while you're on a show called Young and Reckless and you don't even look young and you're not acting reckless. But Snow, we moved to Snow. She's in the room with Zanaya and we find out that her friend had passed away and she had found out through Instagram and she's been calling people. Nobody's been answering her calls. She's just really saw like a lot of people posting it on her story, on their stories. So Snow ends up going out to the pool where everybody else is at, and she talks about how Kennedi kind of like detected her energy being low and asked her like what was going on. She told her what happened, yet she didn't realize that Hennessy was standing behind her. So obviously she on high alert because that's somebody who she got pending beef with. So I mean, I get why she was upset. But she then states that Hennessy then came up behind her asking her if she was on that. So then pretty much said that she also heard what Snow had just told Kennedi about her friend passing away and says that she offered her condolences. So Snow then says that the rest of them girls out there were weird as fuck, knowing that Hennessy was behind her, knowing that there's a possibility she could have snuck her, and they didn't say anything. So she gets up and removes herself from there to go get in the jacuzzi because she wasn't feeling them vibes with them girls. So we see a little disclaimer of production shutting the cameras off, which every time production shuts the cameras off, some shit happens that we need to see. But Snow says off camera she was refilling her cup, talking to her sister on FaceTime. Kennedi was over there doing a dance that her sister does as well. So she was on FaceTime with her sister and shows her Kennedi doing it and is like, go Kennedi, go Kennedi, go Kennedi. Hennessy was over there with them as well, and Hennessy thought she was saying her name, which I mean I can understand. Kennedi Hennessy. If you say it fast, it might sound like it. So I can understand that. But Hennessy says that she thought that Snow was like, oh, Snow's off of that now, so we cool right now. So she thought that she was just recording her twerking and whatnot. But Hennessy then says that she was like, no, bitch, get the fuck out my camera. Hennessy says she felt played. Hennessy then says, too, for somebody whose parents or somebody's family who just passed away, you sure are popping it. Maybe she's on edge. Have you forgot about that? Like, that's also a possibility that that's how she's grieving. Maybe it's because she's here and doesn't know or how to get in contact with other people that are closer to the friend, whereas she's just here. It's just like, you can't really determine how she should be grieving at this point. You already know y'all have pending beef, so why would she not be on edge when it comes to you? But Hennessy then states that she hopped out of the pool when she had heard dead man, because that's what she stated. She said your dead friend or your dead friend, whatever, passed away. Stating that would make somebody want to get up. But they then start fighting. We see a clip. Somebody was recording it from what it looked like because it was from the back of Hennessy. You could see her swinging. Snow tried to swing once, but you really see Hennessy swinging. We can't tell who's connected, but to me, it looked like Hennessy was getting her. They ended up toppling down to the ground. But Kennedi gets her lying ass in the confessionals. We don't know what's true when it comes to Kennedi. But she says that Hennessy said, fuck your friend, which is what made Snow get up. Snow confirms that essentially in her confessionals and states that she was weak for fighting me, knowing that I was vulnerable. So we then move to the next day where we have the culture vulture, the Karen, aka Ferrari. She's sitting there with Nugg, and Lauren comes up as well. But Ferrari's pretty much talking about how she knew bitches was going to try her this season. Nobody fucking tried you. You started something, and then Legacy rightfully decided to give you that energy that you wanted. You wanted it. But here you are being a Karen because you are a white woman. No matter how much you try to cosplay being a black woman, you are white. And you are literally showing that you're white. You literally did something to antagonize somebody, and then now that you got what you wanted, now you want to play the victim. No, it don't work that way. But Lauren is now there, and Nugg is claiming no bitch can put a battery in my back. Renee is trying to get me to fuck up her friend Gwan. Nugg, shut up. But Nugg then says like Renee and all of them are back home hating, but you sitting up here talking about him. You sitting up here talking about him. But the Karen then asks Lauren how she's feeling, and Lauren says she needs that. Ferrari then asks like why Legacy would come to you and talk to you when she wants to fight me. That's crazy because she's sitting here picking and choosing. The audacity of you. You don't even want to fight. You had to literally try and sick bitches on Legacy. Somebody who you're thicker than, you're bigger than. Yeah, you're shorter, but weights, you're bigger than her. But you can't fight, and we know you can't fight. Yet you gonna sit here and say she picking and choosing. Like Legacy don't get in the field with any and everybody. Like she's gotten beat numerous times by Nugg and Ivory, girls that are 10 times the size of you. But the thing is too, Ivory socked you in your shit, and what did you do? Nothing. I saw a clip of Big Lex's sister punching you in your face, and you walked away and did nothing about it. Yet you want to talk about somebody picking and choosing. But Lauren sitting there talking about she picking. Yes, she is picking and choosing. Same thing with you. But Lauren then says it's all going to come out when the show comes out. Yes. And we're seeing that you're a lackey and you're a loser, Lauren. But Lauren gets in her confessional stating that she got liquid courage, stating the shit that she stated on somebody's live, talking about how Legacy is PC'd up and she would have never said it if she was sober, which makes you look like a punk. Because we all know being drunk and speaking the truth is sober thoughts. As you just stated, you would have never said it sober, so you said it drunk because you had that liquid courage. That makes you look like a punk. But Lauren then claims that Legacy has been protected the entire season. Legacy's been in the field the entire season. The one that's been protected is the one you're talking to, Ferrari. But Lauren then says that security said that they couldn't fight, and if they did, all of the girls would have to go back in their room, which is why she decided not to fight. Okay, excuse number 2, 3, 4, 5. But she then states that she had told Legacy that she can get that if she needs that. But Lauren then says that Legacy and her minion, talking about Alexis, never gave that. They just see each other and they realize that, yeah, we probably the two realest bitches on this cast right now. That's just what that is. But if you want to call somebody a minion, we talking to you, like you literally are doing, because you can't tell me that Lauren has real beef with Legacy. You only have beef with Legacy because you saw what happened the day before when it came to Ferrari. You heard Ferrari pretty much sitting there sicking bitches on her. And that's basically what you're doing. Like, you're taking Ferrari's beef and making it yours, which you are a minion. You are her personal slave. Like, that's what she wants. And she's excited about it. You see how she's sitting here reacting to you talking about it. She's eating up the fact that you might possibly go fight Legacy for her. But she talks about how Alexis has snuck and recorded sending some shit to the blogs of her pretty much stating the shit that she had stated. And she claims that they had cropped out the part where she was stating that Legacy could get that if she needed that. But you made yourself look like a punk when it came to Kennedi too. But we then see a scene where the girls are all standing around. And you got Lauren who's suited and booted ready to fight. And Legacy's like Lorenzo talking about Lauren is sitting here suited and booted. And she was like, you should have ran that with the bitches that you have phase with to run with. AKA Kennedi. Where's the lie, Legacy? Where's it at? But Legacy clocked her and she said, like, go run that. Stop trying to run shit with me. But Lauren keeps trying to walk up on Legacy and security's blocking. But Legacy then says, like, why aren't you running that shit? Why didn't you run it with me last night when I pressed you then? And I said, because the cameras weren't rolling. Lauren needs a moment. She needs a moment and she wants to get it on camera. That's why she didn't do it. But Legacy states it's levels to this shit. You just got here. You're not fighting me. I'm not fighting you. Period. But Kennedi's punk ass gets in her confessionals talking about Legacy and Alexis, how y'all sitting on the internet trolling, yet when Lauren wants to fight, you don't want to fight, but you claim it's because of clout, but you want to fight Ferrari. You should not be talking at all because you ran from that fade with Lauren. You was the one popping it with her. You was trolling her, calling her ugly and dirty and cheap and all that type of shit. And she wanted to run it with you, but what did you do? You stayed behind that chair. You stayed behind that table. You didn't run it with her. And you damn sure was scared to run that shit with Hennessy and Kayla when Zanaya pretty much exposed your ass. But you sitting here saying this shit. And then not only that, it is for clout. And not only that, Legacy wants to fight Ferrari because Ferrari started with her and they actually have prior beef to that. So that there's, like Legacy said, there's levels to this shit. And like I said earlier with the Alexis stuff, like you jumped up to fight Alexis because you thought you could beat her. Everybody else that you knew you couldn't beat, you didn't want to fight. So you sit back and you shut up. But she states that there's a difference between duck and phase from a bitch that you don't know and a bitch that you talking shit about. like I just said, she was sitting there talking shit to Lauren, but ducked that. But she then said, shut up and fight her. I didn't fight her because I didn't want to. No, because you're scared. But Karen walks up, Ferrari, walks up telling them it's elimination day. She wants to send somebody home who's not really built for Young and Reckless. You're not either. But she states, I gave you a chance. And she states that Chasity is not built for Young and Reckless. I guess I agree, because Chasity, I feel like Chastity's too good for this. Like, I do. She's a pretty girl, a very pretty girl. She stood on her business at the beginning of the season, but she's not going to sit here and just fight just to fight. And to most people, that's boring, but I can respect her for keeping true to herself and not doing the most just because I might go home. Even though she gets emotional, though. But Ferrari says that you've been in the bag. You ain't really been popping it. Chasity says, I mean, I've been mingling, but maybe my version of Reckless is not the same as y'all's. I'm just a bad bitch that has fun, and you are. But Chasity then states that she gives off conservative bad bitch and has a real storyline that she stood on business with. And once she got it out the way, she had no reason to fight anymore, and she just wanted to be pretty. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But she says her goodbyes. She gets emotional. Everybody's hugging her and stuff. Nene, of course, is talking shit in the confessions when she should have been the one going home. But she states that she should have just went home instead of crying. I'm like, you ain't even done nothing either. You should be leaving with her. But Karen, Ferrari, asked Legacy, like, what's your problem with me? You know what her problem is, you dummy. But Legacy says, like, you came out here trying to check shit. And Ferrari claims that she was out here banging on everybody else's door, which she was, but you still was sitting there popping shit, like popping it. But Legacy then states that, why are you trying to send bitches on me? Like, why you can't fight me yourself? Like, you the one with the issue, fight me. So Ferrari runs up looking like she looked like a clown. She looked like a little person running. And no offense to little people, but she did. Like, T-Rex arms running up and throw some cards. And everybody out there was laughing at her. Especially Legacy. Legacy didn't even flinch. She stood back and just started laughing. Like, you look like a fool right now. And she's sitting there trying to swing through security. She want to appear so hard, so bad. Like, we don't know who you are, Ferrari. Like, you not about that life. She swears she about that life. But she states you just mad because bitches want to ride for me. Yet you couldn't get not one bitch out there to fight for you. Zanaya and her punk ass. Well, I ain't gonna call her a punk because she ain't no punk. But Zanaya looks stupid. But she decided that she wanted to swing on Legacy. But I really don't even want to call that her riding for you for real. But you tried to get Kayla to do it. Kayla didn't do it. You tried to get Yaz to do it. Yaz was about to do it. But then she realized how she was looking, even though she is still a lapdog. They weren't riding for you like that. That's why you was crashing out. And this states that you trying to get clout off me. Ain't nobody watching the show for you. They're not. Legacy has more clout than you. Like, stop. And that's why you picking beef with her, because you want the clout off of her. But Ferrari's in her confessionals trying to act like she's some thug. Like I said, sitting here trying to, like, she really wants somebody to think that she about that life when we really know you're not. But she then states that Amber and Jules are also going home. Jules should not go home. She states that Jules kept the sunglasses on all season. That was her reasoning. Like, you're a dummy, Ferrari. Like, you're stupid. But Ferrari then asks if anybody else has anything to say, and Minnie decides to run up on Lauren. It was a tussle off. They both was headlocking each other up. Lauren started, like, swinging down like this, and you see Minnie swinging up like this. They both was hitting each other a little bit. This one was a tie. If you ask me, they get on the ground. Security ends up breaking it up. But Legacy then states, like, I said, let God handle this. I'm putting this in God's hands. And, of course, he let Minnie go do it for me. That was so funny. That was funny. But Minnie states, like, I snuck her because I wasn't over it. She was like, I had to get my lick back. And now that I got my lick back, we can be friends if she want to be friends. But Lauren is over there crashing out like she normally does. And she says Minnie tried to redeem herself, but we're gonna see what happened later on in the season. I mean, she low-key did. Like, you watched her in those rounds that you ran in the house with. At least she didn't get beat up in this round. Like, she kind of was blow for blow with you. So, I mean, she kind of did. But Nene, she decides to finally wake up and do something. She states that she voted for Lauren because she does that fake crash out shit. And she states, as she drops her phone, that Lauren be on 10 and she expected Lauren to run up on her and she didn't do it. She said that she had told her in the van, too, that she had voted for her. And Nene states that Lauren has said that Nene was cool and she didn't need that. So you copping another plea, Lauren. That's what that is. But they start telling off their votes and stuff. The eliminated girls, they go run off and go leave. And the rest of the girls, apart from it looks like Alexis and Legacy, they head off to go ride ATVs and whatever. So while they're out there doing that, coming back home, Back at the house, we got a scene with Legacy and Big Shroom. Big Shroom has finally entered the building. So she comes in, Leggy, and she's like, Mel. So they go hug each other, they embrace. Mel's like, what the fuck is going on? Because Mel been seeing everything going on the blogs. And Legacy tells her about how one of her fans' supporters has sent her a screenshot of Lauren on live popping shit, saying that she's PC'd up, and she went to go check her. So Legacy then states that Lauren was acting like she was just joking, like I was just joking about it. But Legacy said like she posted the video and the video was online. So she posted her video of her checking Lauren online because Lauren was online calling her saying that she was PC'd up. And she wakes up to her acting like she had checked her. Talking about Lauren, Legacy woke up to Lauren acting like she had checked Legacy. It made it seem like Legacy ducked the fade. So Mel says she ain't checking shit. So Legacy then says that she went out there and Lauren was out there looking like Debo. She gets up and shows like how she's sitting up there trying to and Mel was like, I looked at her Instagram. She don't even give that. Like she don't even look like she liked that. But Legacy then states that she let her know that she was looking for clout and she had all these other fades to run, but she want to fight me. So Mel ends up asking like, who is she even cool with? And Legacy says like, I don't even know because she got beef with everybody. Damn near. But Mel then says that she will smack that bitch. I hope they ran another round. I hope that round was not the only one. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But Legacy then says that I fought Jim too. Talking about Jimmy Neutron. Y'all remember Mel? When Mel called side Jimmy Neutron at their reunion, I died laughing. Every time I hear it. What's up, Jimmy? And of course Mel was laughing. Talking about some Back to the Future or some shit. But Legacy then states that she wasn't going to be nice to Sai because she wasn't nice to her on season 1. And then Mel says like she tried to follow her on Instagram too, which is crazy. But Legacy then lets her know that she also fought Nugg. And Mel says, I'm getting that hoe. And that one, I feel like she going to get her. But Legacy then states, get that eye, dig your finger all up in it. And Mel said, that bitch snuck me. She's definitely going to get that. So Ferrari ends up asking her slaves on the way back home. And she says, she lets us know that a little Barty DM'd her talking about she was coming, aka Mel. And they pretty much asking like, do you know who this girl who is out here? And do you know what's going on? And Ferrari tells them to look out the van, and they looking out, and Kennedi is out there fanning out over Mel, fanned out. But everybody looking shook. You see everybody's face drop. Mel got that type of presence. Like, it must feel nice to know that you got a presence like that to where you got bitches that don't even know you, and you don't even know them. Shook. Crazy. But Nugg then says it's time to get busy because you know what time it is. So she starts braiding her hair. I said it's time to get whooped. But Mel and Legacy, they watching them get off the sprinter. And Nugg goes to get in her room to go get ready. And Legacy and Mel do the same thing. Nugg goes to their room knocking at the door. Mel comes out and Nugg tries to sneak her yet again. So Mel comes out with her mouth guard on, about that life, ready to go. Cliffhanger is them running it. And they going back and forth at this point. So we find out we got 2 episodes left. Thank God. We are almost done. Lauren's following ass is fighting Mel, unfortunately. Kayla, and I'm gonna get to it in a minute because I'm talking about the because they dropped a two episodes left teaser, and then the next week. So in the 2 episodes left, we got Kayla versus I believe it was Key Baby, Hennessy versus Caribbean, Kayla versus Caribbean. But next week we got Mel versus Lauren, and keep that head up, Mel. That's what I told you. You gotta keep that head up because Lauren was on top of Mel, banging her head in. Alexis getting right with Lauren. And Alexis had them rings on, and I saw him. And I don't feel bad for Lauren. You sneak me, that's unfair. So guess what? I'm gonna meet you with that same energy. I'm gonna bleed your shit. And we know Alexis be throwing them hands and connecting. So we know she gonna connect. But they was in there. Nugg versus Key Baby, Lauren versus Minnie, Caribbean versus we got a lot of shit going on next week. A lot of shit. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Thumbs up the video if you haven't already. Drop your comments, share the video, subscribe, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.